Okay, so the brake caliper's back on, we'll mount it up. Secret with putting the brake caliper on is put the caliper onto the disc first of all, put the 2 bolts in, start them off, wind them in about halfway, then put your flexible brake hose back on and the clip through into the hub. If you try and do it the other way around, you'll have to manipulate the weight of the caliper and there's a risk of breaking the brake pipes, which is obviously a bit of a catastrophe. So put the caliper onto the hub first of all, put the bolts in 3/4 of the way, and then fit the flexi brake hose on. When you put the caliper on, tighten the bolts down evenly, make sure you've got nothing in between the brake caliper and the hub so there's no interference and no debris or any obstructions. Tighten the bolts down and make sure they are tightened up properly, nice and tight. 35 foot-pounds if you've got a torque wrench, or probably as tight as you can get them if you're tightening by hand. Not very scientific, but it is a way of doing it. You don't want a brake caliper to come loose when you're running the car. These cars are capable of 160 plus miles an hour. Even having a brake caliper come apart at 30 mile an hour is absolutely terrifying. So your safety and your passenger's safety is reliant on how tight you tighten these bolts up. Obviously don't over tighten them and strip the threads, but make sure they are tight. Back to the caliper now then. Cosmetic appearance, got a few little chips and stuff on the caliper, not too worried about that. Most of that is disguised by the wheel and you get a few chips on the caliper from actually taking the wheel off sometimes. We've got the remains of the old Porsche logo here, which has started to fade away. Originally they were sort of dusted onto the top of the caliper in very lightweight paint. We're going to put stickers on today, transfers, high quality transfers, to make them look a bit sharper. So I've got some famous paint restoration product here, which we won't mention. A little bit on the end of a cloth, just give the caliper a bit of a wipe over, take the remainder of the old writing off, so it takes it straight back down to a bare level. So all the old residue's gone. Give that a quick polish off. No signs of the sticker left at all, and a nice clean surface with no contamination. Now, I've got my stickers made up. Bought these off the internet. Make sure when you buy the stickers that you actually buy good quality ones. There are some cheap ones available. You need heat resistant vinyl. Otherwise what will happen, you go down the road, the first time the brakes come up to temperature, you'll actually have the stickers will actually peel off because they will melt. So these are heat resistant vinyl. I think it costs about £8 to £9 for a set to do the whole 4 wheels. So let's peel the backing off this one and we'll get it on the caliper. Bit fiddly, here we go. And peel it off nice and slowly, we don't want to lose the sticker on the backing sheet. We don't want to touch the back of the letters so that the lettering loses its stickiness. So I'm peeling it off very gently, making sure that the lettering stays on the clear backing. And that's what we're going to use to mount the sticker. I know it sounds really silly, but I have seen people try and put these on letter at a time. Doesn't end well. Last one. There we go. Now, personally, I like to put my lettering on, so all the lettering is facing and you read from top to bottom. On some of the rear calipers on the Porsche, actually the other way around, but I like to mount them between the 2 bolt holes, mid caliper, and nice and straight. So rub them on, make sure you press all the letters in really hard, and then gently pick a corner and peel it off very slowly. Just gently press each letter. If you wipe the letters you might knock the letters off, so just push them gently straight on the top, and there we go. That's about it really. Now we're ready to put everything back together. So wheel on now. Don't forget to tighten the wheel nuts correctly. Bolt them up. Always put the lock and wheel bolt in last. Tighten up all the other wheel bolts properly before you put the lock and wheel bolt in. And what we're going to do on these as well, we're going to put some little silver caps on. The wheel bolts themselves, they're a little bit rusty and they let the wheel down. If you paint them, they just go rusty almost overnight. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some little plastic chrome caps over top of them, and they will make the car look really smart and really sharp. And you can buy those on eBay, probably about £8 to £9 for a set of 16 bolts, or bolt covers. Little plastic caps, cost nothing, absolutely make the car look different altogether. Right, that's it. So that's all for now. I'm going to wrap this up now. If you've enjoyed this and it's been useful to you, subscribe. If you go back to your page before you started watching the video, there'll be a section there where you can click to subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care.